Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame, and I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I don't know what this gonna be because so many things done popped off. It might be a combination of Married Man Side Heifer Saga and What a Week because stuff was going on. I have some developments, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna try to build up to it because some things have happened. Okay, y'all. So today, which is bordering on tomorrow, was my Friday. Okay, it's about to be Wednesday very shortly. And I'm at the bottom of the rotation list, right? And I hate it's like it's just got to the point where it's like at this point, does it even matter that you're at the bottom of the rotation list? Because y'all have been trying me lately. So I walked into work and I looked at the paper that was posted of the schedule. I saw where I was supposed to be today, which is Tuesday. And then I saw Wednesday's schedule because I'm like looking ahead, like, oh, okay, hopefully it'll stay the same. And I mean, in my mind, I'm like, oh, it's going to stay the same. You know, I'm at the bottom of the rotation list. Like, no, I ain't got to come in. I ain't got to do nothing. Looked at the paper. That mug said I have to come in to do some foolishness. And I'm like, y'all love trying me. I'm at the bottom of the rotation list. Why is it that I am assigned to come into work? Why are y'all making it mandatory for me to have to come into work on my day off for some foolishness, nonetheless? So, of course, I rolled up and I was like, "Excuse me, what's going on with the rotation list? Because I'm at the bottom. Why is it that y'all got me on here talking about it's assigned for me to come into work tomorrow on my day off? Like tomorrow, which is about to be today, is my only full real day off. What is the point of this? What is you talking about?" So the woman went and she was looking at the list and she was like, okay, so let me see what's going on. Because yeah, that is your day. Like I don't be having time. Like I'm not the old me. The old me would have been cowering, like, oh man, oh, I'm not supposed to do this. Why are they doing me like this? And would have just sat there and let it happen. Like, no. The new me speaks up. I don't be having time. And I mean, because like the old me used to sit up there and be like, let me grab at every single penny that's thrown at me. Like, no, I'm going to take my time off. I'm taking my time off. I am reclaiming my time. You're not finna work the mule out of me. I'm not finna look like I'm 75 when I am only 38 years old. That's what I'm not finna do. I'm about to look even better once I get all the way back on the alkaline situation. So I'm just saying, you're not finna work me into the ground like I'm used to doing to myself in the past life. Like that's what I'm not finna do. So she looking at the list trying to figure out what's going on. So she explained it to me and I'm done. I'm over it. I'm like, I'm at the bottom of the rotation list though. Like y'all do not need me for this. And that's my issue with them. They will sit up there, whether I'm at the bottom, the top, or whatever of the rotation list. They will find a way to be like, oh, we need her to come in on her day off to do some foolishness. Or, oh, we need her to come in early or to stay over to do some foolishness. It ain't never me just doing my normal job and stay moving, being busy, doing what I'm normally supposed to do. No, it's to come in and do some foolishness. Like, no, don't be telling me I need to come. Gas is too high for this. I have to pay for premium gas, baby. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Like, I don't care, y'all. Ooh, I'm telling y'all, and I mean, I've gotten to the point I really do not care. Like I be going off. Like I be loud. I do not care because y'all are trying me for no reason. I come to work when I'm supposed to come to work. Y'all don't sit up here and try these other people who barely come to work or they come when they want to come. And then when they do come, they want to leave all early or leave halfway through the shift so they can go screw married men. So I'm like, y'all want to drag the people through the mud and the dirt who actually here and doing what they're supposed to do, but then y'all want to wonder why people be leaving in droves. Anyway, so I'm gonna digress in this moment. I guess I'm gonna try to, because it's making me a little bit upset again. Because it's like, how dare you try me? Anyway, so she's explaining to me, and at this point, it's like, with the task that it is, y'all are basically gonna have me come in to do this foolishness. Okay. Now, throughout the day, I'm hearing chatter, and I'm like, okay, because, okay, at my job, we supposed to have these, like, state-of-the-art, like, phones to communicate with one another that are very crystal clear. I mean, they have been given out, like, 2 years ago. They never had a class. They never had anything to show people what to do with them. People still wondering, like, why did y'all get us to us and we never updated and upgraded to these? These folks took forever to give me a random radio, and then now they looking like, I don't think we're going to use those phones. And it's like, a lot of these people have so much interference on their radio that we don't even understand them, because I can't stand for nobody to call me and then they want to get mad when I don't understand, because all I'm hearing is static interference. Like, what is we talking about, baby? I don't even know what you said, but you want me to understand you. I don't know what you're talking about. So anyway, my radio is messed up in a sense of, it's brand new, and I got mine way late in the game. I got mine way after when I should have been had a radio, child. Finally got one. And then, like, within a week's time, no more than 2 weeks, y'all, it started, like, blinking orange. Like, you would have thought it was about to die or something. And I, make sure it's charged. So I'm like, I know I just charged this. What is going on? Something wrong with it, to the point where basically no matter what channel I put it on, it scans all channels. So I could put it on the channel for my department, and I'm hearing everybody in everybody's department, and no matter what channel is on. And I just be like, child, I don't really want to hear this. But yesterday, I kept hearing in my department that certain things were going on. So in my mind, I'm like, okay. So the wheels turned in my mind, and I'm like, okay, it sounded like they not really going to actually need me, because the situation is not even going to happen until well after the time that my shift would have started and ended. So why y'all talking about y'all need me? Okay, y'all, I'm back. So something happened and threw me all the way off. I don't even know where I stopped off at. But yeah, anyway, so let's get into some more about what happened. I'm really trying to say the best. Well, I ain't even trying to really say the best for last. I mean, I guess the juiciest for last is what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say, the juiciest. Yeah, so the side have to do what she wants to do, and the people don't say nothing. But the people who actually do work, you want to try to come for them. And it's like, Anyway, I'm not going to stay on that too long, because I'm beating God in my feelings. But yeah, I was able to get out of work. That woman called me, and I asked her, like, okay, so first of all, this is how it went down. I'm going to try to be brief on this, because I'm going to be went off on a tangent. I know me. Y'all know me. So I talked to the first person, and she was like, it can change. We're just going to see. Because I looked, and I was like, okay, now somebody else signed in for tomorrow to say that they are willing to come in early to do something. So that's at least 4 hours that I don't have to come in, the last 4 hours of the shift. Now, I'm always hoping that this guy that's on the shift prior to mine is going to be the one who going to stay over. He good for staying over or coming in early or whatever. Child, tell me why I was leaving out. They were training the new people and the people that was going to come up there and shadow and look and see what's going on. He with them. And I guess they drafted him to go with them and help train or whatever. He saw me and said something to me, and I said, oh my gosh, you make me sick. Why would you do this to me? I was hoping that you were going to come in on your shift and sign that book and say that you're willing to stay over, but you're here, so you can't save me. That man was dying laughing, because, like, he really do be saving me. I be like, sir, y'all already know me. Y'all know I don't want it. Y'all know I don't want it. You can take all of it. Y'all can take all of this time. I want my normal time. Of course I want money, but I'm not trying to work myself into the ground and not have nothing to show for it. Like, no. this is my stepping stone job, baby. I don't know what y'all thought this was finna be. So anyway, so now I'm like, well, hopefully it at least changed to say that I just have to come in the first 4 hours. No. And then the whole situation, y'all, it's supposed to be 6 hours. It's supposed to take 6 hours to complete. And I'm just like, mm-mm. And like people kept coming up to me like, you ready for this tomorrow? And I'm like rolling my eyes because I'm like, I'm supposed to be off. Like, I don't want to be reminded of this every time I see anybody. Like, no. So then I was going back from my last break and I asked my supervisor because I wasn't working in my department yesterday. I'm at the bottom of the rotation list. I had to break people out all day yesterday. I actually had, no issues coming from the side heifer. Hardly doing the name. But even though she's beefing with everybody else or whatever, not speaking to folks again who she's supposed to be friends with, I ain't had no issues with her. She was legit coming up to me and communicating with me the things that she is supposed to. Considering I'm in her department and stuff going on, like, tell me. Like, I'm over here helping y'all out. So she actually was communicating stuff with me. She actually came to me and was talking to me like a normal human being. Like, girl, like that's all I wanted from you from the beginning. Like, we supposed to be on the same team. So anyway, let me see. Where can I go? Because y'all, so many things. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. Oh, so before I get to that, I hope I don't forget because I got to tell y'all this because, it didn't hurt my heart, but it's like I already knew. Like, I'm like, this it wouldn't make sense to me if it wasn't what it was. So to make a long story short, I got home. I went to see my friend. Before I came home, I went to see my friend who used to work with me at this job because we hadn't seen each other in a while. And we, were talking 2-3 hours and I finally got home. So I got home, I sent my little videos and all that stuff like I always do to my folks so that they know I'm alive and all of that. And then right when I finally decided that I was going to get out of my car, I got a phone call and I saw the number that came up. I was like, wait a minute. I got really excited because the people called to tell me that I ain't have to come into work. I was like, thank you. Because y'all be knowing. Because I really had to go off. Like, I went off that morning when I first got there. I went off early this morning. Because why would you tell me that I'm assigned to come in and I'm at the bottom of the rotation list? Any other time, if I was already at work, y'all would have been working the mule out of me to do that task. Whether there was help or not, I was going to have to do the best I had to do and could do on my own. But y'all want to disturb my rest, relaxation, and time away from y'all to come in for some foolishness. No, that's not cool. So anyway, then I vented again. As soon as I saw that woman, y'all, when I tell y'all, this woman, this other person that I had to break out, she asked me if I could do something for her because our badges allow us to retrieve certain items that we need. Our badge get us a lot of stuff. So her badge has never worked since she's been there. Like, she legit has to fill out a piece of paper every day and turn it in so that her check will be right. And I'm like, child, I'll be tired in my spirit. Like, this has been well over 90 days. So I was like, oh no, I'd be mad. Like, somebody need to go ahead and do what they need to do. Her badge still don't work. So anyway, she asked me to do something for her. And I had to go off of memory. And I was about to get up and do it. And when I went to go and do what she asked me to do, as a favor to her, I saw the person who was going to be responsible for making changes to the schedule. She explained to me what the situation was, and I was like, I understand that, but look, I'm at the bottom of the rotation list. They stay trying me, and it's like they only try me when we got to do ignorant tasks like this. Like, I was loud. I wasn't trying to be, but it's like I'm passionate about stuff like that. Like, the old me would have sat there and just kind of been like, man, I got to do this. Like, why? And I just would have just allowed the stupidity to go down, knowing that it's wrong. Oh, no. I don't be caring who there. Like, the side heifer was there. Like, she was right there when I said what I said this morning. And I, initially when she decided that she wanted to have beef and I knew she had beef, I would make a point not to say nothing in front of her. Nothing. I wouldn't let her know about nothing I had going on. Like, I wouldn't let it out. Like, I wouldn't say anything around her because she's the type of person that'll be like, yeah, she was up front doing this, or yeah, I overheard her talking about this. I already know how you operate, heifer. I'm not finna say nothing around you. But I mean, that was just the truth. I'm at the bottom of the rotation list. I'm gonna need for y'all to fix this because I don't want to have to come in for some foolishness. Any other time, y'all would have had enough people. Don't try to sit up here and make it seem like y'all need me. Y'all need me to be coming up in there on my day off. Leave me alone. Y'all want productive people. Let us have our days off. And then they trying to change our schedules. And I'm like, you're making things worse. Now, my friend thinks it's a good thing. I'm like, girl, you don't understand. It's already bad now. How you think it's going to be better? They are benefiting from it in all actuality. The job is benefiting from it, not me, not us. Because when there are big tasks that have to be done, a lot of people ain't there and whatever. And so now they're trying to realign the schedules so that people who have seniority can do more than likely Monday through Friday on the shifts that they want to work on and all this other stuff. And then it's like 2 or 3 other days. Some people are going to have to do 12-hour shifts. I'm hoping I'm not going to be one of them. And I'm just like, child, no, y'all doing the least. Y'all doing the least. And then and then that's what I don't like, because it's like, if they realign the schedule like that, whoever ends up being those people who end up getting those 12-hour shifts, even if you only supposed to do like 2, 3, or 4 days out of the week, they can still draft you and say, oh, you're assigned. Because the other people that only was going to work 8 hours, they off today, and you're assigned, you're next in line, or you're the only one that's next up, like they tried to do for me today. So ultimately, I got to come in and pull an 8-hour shift after doing I done got all my hours for the week, and here you come to I got to pull an 8-hour shift because this person ain't here. Like, no, it's the same difference. Like, I don't understand why they think it's going to be different. It's literally the same difference. If the people ain't showing up because they don't want to, because you're working the mule out of them, or for whatever reason, it's not helping. You're not doing anything special. Anyway, so I was going to do that task. I ran into that woman and I straight up told her, like, yeah. Because she was over there, like, putting up, like, the new drafts. And I was like, yeah, so, yeah. Like, I hadn't even said nothing to her. She already knew why I was there. Like, y'all know, I'm not going to roll up on y'all unless I'm telling y'all, I'm putting in some vacation time. I want to know if y'all approved it, which I know y'all will, but I'm just trying to make sure it's done before I leave for the week or whatever, or, why am I on this schedule? What is going on? So ultimately we had a conversation, and she was like, like she was playing at first. She was like, yeah, I sensed something in this area that you might be, over here to discuss with me. And I mean, it was funny, but at the same time I was mad, because I'm like, no, you're not finna have me come in here for this stupidity. And y'all, there was a time they had me come in early to do this stupidity, right? Everybody on that shift looked at me like, why are you even here? Somebody met me at the time clock because he was about to go on his lunch break, and he was like, what are you doing here? I was like, well, they got me coming in to do this. He was like, they already did that. And so I was like, ain't no way. No. They had me deprived of my sleep to come here early to do this foolishness. Ain't no way it's already done. So then when I get up the steps, them people everybody in there looking at me like, and why are you here? We already did this 30, 40, 45 minutes ago. Yeah, because it's like, on my shift, y'all be working the mule out of me to do it on my own. There are times, at minimum, they should at least have 2 people to work on this particular task. But a lot of the times, I end up doing it by myself. So it's like, why can't they do it on their shift instead of you talking about, oh, you got to come in on your day off, or, oh, you got to come in early on a whole nother shift to do this foolishness. Y'all, I'm sorry. I told y'all I was going to go off on a tangent. Anyway, I asked her, I said, can you please, if you find out anything ahead of time, can you do as y'all have done in the recent past and let me know as early as possible? Because sometimes they legit don't even find out until it's like almost time for you to come in, or them people that came in, wasted their gas, and then they're going back home. And I'm like, I'm not trying to waste gas. I have been lucky thus far. I have been blessed and lucky that they have been able to catch me before I leave the house. Yeah. So as soon as I was about to get out my car, I saw that number pop up. I was like, oh my gosh, Lord, thank you. And so she told me that I didn't have to come in. I was like, thank you. Because you know I'm tired of my spirit. Shoot. Trying to work the mule out of me. I'm sorry, y'all. So anyway, let me tell y'all. I had to clear my throat on that. Gotta clear it again. Wait a minute. y'all know I told y'all about this maintenance man, right? Child, tell me why my friend, who I went to see earlier today, I was telling her about him the other day, and I've talked to her about him before, and I don't remember her saying this before, but the other day she was like, yeah, don't get too excited about him. If he's who I think he is, he's married. And I was like, well, it wouldn't surprise me because he's a dope dude. So, I mean, some people might not be able to take him because he has this interesting way about himself. That's the only way I can describe it. That's the only way that I can think to describe it. Because she even said a certain type of word. She was like, he was really, really nice. Because I was explaining to her, I was like, he is so sweet. Like, he is so sweet, and he really believes in doing his actual job. There are people who really will get mad at you and be like, how dare you call me to do my actual job that I get paid for? Like, I get paid like leaps and bounds more than you to do this job, and I'm mad that you called me. It's like, you don't get somewhere. But anyway, like, the man sets it off. Like, he is so sweet. And so I was like, I mean, I'm just saying, I understand, like, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was married. So, you know how I roll. I'm not finna roll up on him. But, it is what it is. And I'm just glad that he is super sweet and he does what he's supposed to do. So, yeah, this man is married. Yeah. That's not the icing on the cake, y'all. I'm trying to figure out. Wait a minute, let me see. Is there anything else I'm supposed to tell y'all before I start telling y'all other stuff? Wait a minute, let me. Oh my gosh. I guess I'll go ahead and spill the beans, y'all. Look, here go the main event, y'all. Guess what? Guess what happened? So today, while I was doing my job, before I really started breaking people out, there was a situation happening upstairs. So I was like, oh, let me go downstairs and see if he's down there. So the married guy who said that he was going to get divorced in January, he works in the most hated department, doing another task. He don't do what I do no more. Okay, so he went down there. He was down there. Well, I went down there. He was down there. Excuse me. So I was like, oh, okay. So he was like, well, what's going on with this, that, and the other? And I told him, I was like, oh, that's not operational. A lot of that stuff wasn't operational before we came in here because he was trying to figure out why he wasn't receiving certain things. So I explained that to him. So then he started looking at me the way he be looking at me. Like, y'all, child, that man be looking at me like I am his favorite meal. And he on death row about to partake of his favorite meal for the last time in life. Like, he be doing a lot. So anyway, I was like, why are you looking at me like that? He was like, you know why I'm looking at you like that. So what we doing today? What we gonna do today? I was like, sir, why do you do this to me every single time you see me? Like, we be seeing each other a whole lot lately because he's back on my shift. So he was like, I'm just trying to see something. Like, what is we do? I was like, sir, I don't know what you're talking about. And so he was like, you already know what it is. I was like, sir, what did we discuss? Because I already told y'all before, I said the next time I get the opportunity, which for me means we alone, ain't nobody able to hear our conversation or whatever, I'm going to straight up ask him. Because at first I was just going to wait, but I was like, no, I'm going to ask him straight up, like, what's going on? Because in my mind, either he went ahead and filed for divorce, or he is still married and making these lies up, talking about, oh, I'm going to get a divorce and it's messy and whatever. I'm feeling like, oh, it's probably a messy situation because they have a child and she trying to get the house and whatever. He was like, what you talking about? I did everything I was supposed to do. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, he kept talking to me like I knew what he was talking about. I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, I told you I was going to do everything I was supposed to do. I was like, what did you do? Refresh my memory because you ain't did nothing. So he was like, yes, I did. This man told me he filed for divorce from his wife in February. Child, hold on. My alarm going off like I'm supposed to go to work. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Pardon me for the interruption. So yeah, like earlier today when I went to go see my friend, I ended up telling her before I came, I said, girl, I got so much stuff to tell you. I'm just going to wait until I tell you in person because I have a habit of sending messages to her, which she loves. Because since we have not been able to like be around each other because we don't work together no more. And then like she works a lot. My schedule is different. Then once I get used to what her schedule is, it's thrown off again because they change it again. And so, yeah, we aren't able to really link up like we want to link up. So she loves the messages that I send her and I give her updates on what's going on at work and what's going on with me, you know, little stuff like that. And that's just the way that I check on her too. So I'm telling her all of this stuff. And so she said the same thing that I was thinking, which was, you know, maybe he didn't say nothing about what was going on because he wanted to surprise me and bring the divorce decree once he gets it. So he told me that since they've been married for like 2 years or right under 2 years or something like that, he said that, you know, he already filed the paperwork. They're going to annul it and it's going to be official within the next 1 month to 3 months. And so I was like, huh? What is, I was speechless. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I just knew. Part of me was just like, he's still married. She's still in the house. They still sleeping in separate rooms. Whatever it is, what it is. And I know he lived for his son. So I was like, okay. So then, like, once I got over the initial shock, I was like, okay, so wait a minute. What's going on? Like, what you mean? Like, how is, I mean, like, you making it seem like everything all good. Like, okay, so did you give up the house? Because he told me he's willing to give her the house. Like, he fine with that. Like, he would get out, get a whole nother house. He was like, well, I was going to give her the house, but she doesn't make enough in order to keep the bills up. So she had to just leave. She ended up leaving and she lived with her grandmama. And so I was like, okay, so what about your son? I know you love your son. You are a constant fixture in your son's life. Like, you actually, you know, seem like a great father. And so he was like, I see my son on weekends and I see him. He sees his son like at least 4 times a week, at least 4 times a week. So I was like, oh, okay then. Because I was wondering how that was going to be since they don't live together no more. They don't have no dealings with each other no more. So I was like, okay. So yeah, this man actually got divorced. Well, it's getting divorced. He filed for divorce. Let me say that. So he was like, so I told you I was getting my stuff in order. I told you what I was going to do. Like, I wasn't playing with you. I was like, okay. So at this point, I don't know. All I know is for me, I'm going to have another conversation with him and let him know that, you know, despite you doing all of this, I still need to reinforce the fact that what I've already said to you still stands, which is that I am not trying to be nobody's woman. I'm tired in my spirit. I do not trust anybody. So I'm not trying to be with nobody because in his mind, I'm going to be his woman at some point in the near future. And I'm like, no, don't know where you're seeing this, but that's not me. You have me confused with somebody else. So, you know, I don't know if I'm going to be open to like going out on a date here and there because he has talked about taking me out on dates before. I don't know. I ain't been on no date since I was with my ex. So I don't even really know what that really would look like in this day and age. And I haven't been inside of a restaurant to sit down and eat nothing. And I'm going back all the way alkaline. So that's going to be weird. Like, they do have a place here where I could go, but I haven't tried it. And I don't know. I don't trust everybody. And the stuff that they selling might not be alkaline. It might be something that's not even gonna be beneficial. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Basically, I'm just gonna keep y'all updated on what's going on. But this man done went off, and he went on ahead and he done filed for divorce, child. He threw me all the way off. I was shook for the rest of the day. I was like, wait a minute, you done went off. Anyway, y'all, subscribe to my channel if you've not done so. Give this video a thumbs up, and hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. Bye.